Monday morning, 6:06 a.m. I had an uneventful night. One of those where it was quiet for a while, and then I had 2 or 3 fares in a row. And some of the fares were actually quite good. So even though I did a lot of sitting and waiting, I ended up doing about $250. And I had one fare that walked away without paying, and I asked them to leave something so that I know they're coming back. Well, they left a hoodie, and they left a bag full of things like tissue papers and a sewing kit and a few other items. And they said, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So in about 5 minutes, the girl came back, and she said, oh, I need my key that's in here. So she grabbed her key and left the other shit behind. And I thought, okay, they're going to be just a few minutes and come back out. I ended up waiting more than 20 minutes, and the fare had more than doubled. And I thought, this is ridiculous. So I wasn't going to wait any longer. I just took their items down to their lost and found, and that's it. The fare would have been about $17 if they would have paid me immediately, but with me waiting, it was over $40. And of course, they never came back to pay, so they even said they were going on a round trip. You know, they're going from there to somewhere else and back. And well, they went to somewhere else, but they didn't go back. And they left their shit in my car. And they still didn't go back. That was strange and bizarre. So I left their stuff at our lost and found at the office. Yeah, time to fuel up. I've had enough. 250, that's all right. Can't complain. It's Tuesday evening, around 6 o'clock, and I'm on my way to work. If I bump into something, it's because I've got this bright light in my face, and it's not so bright out there. I wish this camera in this phone would work better with available light, because we still have a bit of blue sky in the distance out there. The sun has just gone down, just bumped into something. There you go. I can see my way now, because there's a light out there. Last night, that was the Monday night, was uneventful. There was a lot of waiting, and there was some sleeping, and there was a lot of watching of videos. And I made a bit of money. I had a grand total of about $230. That's only because I had a couple of fares that were longer, in the $30 to $40 range. And of course they rounded them up to 40, so yeah, $80 of that whoa, speed bump. $80 of that 230 was just those 2 fares, and the rest of it was $150. You know, $8, $9, $10, $5, $6, little fares like that. And you know, few and far between. Still, I'm hanging on. February is a hard time. If you can make it through February, you can make it through anything. February, like I said, is a hard time. People have received their bills for Christmas that they put on their credit cards, and then they had to pay the February rent, and then they got very little left. Yeah. I'm going to have to make a big credit card payment too, pretty soon, when the bill comes in. I mean, I could do it before, but why? I'm not going to get charged any interest on it, because I paid the thing in full last month. And this month, yeah, I was a little extravagant. I went to a whiskey festival, and I bought a few bottles and put them on the credit card. Whatever. It's all good. I'm still making a bit of money. Second week of February. I'll get back to you at the end of the shift, hopefully, and not be lazy like I was last in the morning when I should have done a segment, but I woke up, got a call, woke up to that call and did that call, and then went and washed the car and dropped the car off, and didn't even think of making a video. Didn't think of shooting a segment. Well, I'll be back to you at the end of the shift, hopefully. Okay, 5:53 a.m. This is the end of the night for me. I've got about 220 on, and it was a drag tonight. It just dragged on and on and on. I was a little bit busy between 4 and 5, and now between 5 and 5:53, nothing. No business, nobody going to work this morning, even though I had some earlier than that. Yeah, it's time to call it. Time to call it. I'm just gonna head to the bank and deposit the cash portion that I made, and fuel it up and park it. I was asleep for the last bit, or half asleep and half awake. Yeah. Not much to see here. I'll be back tomorrow. At the airport. It's been a slow night. Really slow. Really extremely slow. I got to the point where I got my lease on by about 1 o'clock in the morning, and then at around 2 o'clock I had a call, and there was nobody there. I see another taxi driving away from the place where I'm supposed to pick somebody up. Another hour later, I think I had a call at around 2 o'clock. And I did that call, and it took me, I got like $12 for it. Okay, at that point, I had my lease and some fuel. Then I had another call about half an hour later. There was nobody there. And an hour after that, I had another call. There was nobody there. And I called the phone number. Each time I called the phone number. The first time there was no answer with the one call, and it just said, so and so is not available. Please leave a message. And the other one, nobody answered the phone, but called back a moment after it stopped ringing. And I said, yeah, it's Victoria Taxi. I'm looking for you. And they hung up on me without telling me anything else. So they must have got in another cab or something. I don't know. So now I got this call to the airport, and it was a $45 fare. The guy gave me $55. So I think I got about $50 on for myself, on top of lease and fuel. It's about a grand total of $150. That's it. I've only done 107 kilometers all night, and the time is now 4:16. So I got just under 2 hours left to go till the end of the shift. Hopefully it will be good to me. Oh, did I mention that they fixed the headlights? See, that's how good they fixed the headlights. You can't see shit. Can't see nothing. I complained to the owner of the car that one of the headlights was not aimed properly. And then the guy who works on weekends had the car, and he turned the lights on one night, and there was no light. It was like this. Totally black. Oh, there's a cyclist. Okay. Totally black. And so the owner told him, well, you know, go to the shop and get it fixed. Well, he never went to the shop. I got the car the next day or the next night, and I went and replaced the bulb. So this time, when I got to the car on Sunday night, it was dark like this. And I figured, oh, okay, we got a bulb out. No, they were both shining, but just shining in the wrong direction. So I didn't have to replace it. But meanwhile, all week I've had darkness. Look at this. Darkness. Here's what in order to see anything, I have to put my high beams on. There, that's better. But the low beam regular lights are not there. Now, what I suspect happened is the owner of the car listened to me and went and took it to have the headlights aimed properly. But the thing is, instead of aiming them both like the one that was shining on the road, he had them both aimed like the one that was not shining on the road. And so you don't see anything. Garbage. So now I got to complain to him and say, hey, the headlights do not shine on the road like that. I'll be back tomorrow. One more night to go. It's the morning. It is now 6:37 in the morning. I went to sleep at about 5:10 and I slept till about 6:20. You can tell it's really the morning because this great big tsunami of cars is coming into town from the western communities. And I just I did okay. I did 270 for the night, which is really quite acceptable. And these wipers, there we go. Those wipers, I just went through the car wash and wet the car down to make it look like I washed it. It wasn't really dirty. It was just to get a little dust off of it. See all these cars coming at us from the other side there? Those are all coming in from the western communities to go to work downtown. Yeah, this is a little later than I'm usually out here. Most of the time I beat that whole rush. Anyways, no, it wasn't a successful night. There was one point, I guess during about 1 or 2 in the morning when I was getting these really bitchy women in my car. You know, bossy, bitchy kind of women. I don't know, there was about 2-3 fares in a row. And then there was one that didn't have enough money to pay. She was trying to pay using her Google Pay on the phone and didn't know how to do it. And ended up giving me $7 in cash for a fare that was $12.80. Fine, whatever. I made up for that in tips. I had some good tips, you know. People have a $13 fare, give me a $20 and say, forget about it. Thank you very much. The night turned out okay. Anyways, I hope yours is better than mine.